Since Jesus came into my heart, since Jesus came into my heart, floods of joy o'er my soul, like the sea billows rolled. Since Jesus came into my heart.
This is a church that is definitely faith-based. They believe that God will provide. So for 200 years, God has provided for People's Baptist Church to be here.
People come to hear a word from God on Sundays. They're going through all kinds of problems during the week, and they want to hear a word of hope.
People's will always be my church. It's the faces and the memories that People's hold for me. This will always be my home.
This church is steeped in history and it has a legacy that within this community and beyond.
Let us give time for the bread symbolizing the broken.
As W.E.B. Du Bois said, there are three things that are very important to a black church. And if one is missing, you just don't have the church as it should be. And one is good preaching, good singing, and the presence of the Holy Spirit. People's Baptist Church is unique in the sense that it is the oldest African-American church in New England. As a black church, we are a part of a history which guides us in terms of how we serve our people. It is a church that has brought African Americans to this point in their history from the time of slavery. In August 8, 1805, 20 freed blacks founded the church which they called the First African Baptist Church. The following year, they built their house of worship, which was later called the African Meeting House, which became the largest structure where blacks could meet. And so it became the center of life in the black community. It was on Beacon Hill then. All of the political and social activities were from there. It was a station on the Underground Railroad. Anything that was happening took place at the meeting house. And from there on, the church continued and grew in numbers. By 1898, the church had outgrown the building, and so we moved here to the present location on Camden Street. Since 1915, I'm the fourth pastor of the church. We have had long tenured pastors because this is typical of a lot of black churches. Since the church is the major institution of the community, and the pastor plays a critical role in the community.
If you read some of the press clippings from Reverend Clue, I mean, he was involved in the community. He was seen as a leader within this community. I grew up mainly under Reverend Richard Owens, and he was the dean of pastors within Boston's black community.
Reverend Owens was here when I was much younger. He baptized me, and he was very young in terms of spirit and very carefree. Pastor Roberts has an amazing amount of loyalty and integrity.
He's like a second father to me. He's a pastor that is touchable rather than untouchable. You can go to him with anything. And he's just so humble, and he's such a positive person.
We see this as not just a one-person ministry, but in a long line of persons whom God has called to serve. And each person brings something unique. A church this old has a legacy to live up to.